What is climate change? Is it an ecological problem? Is it an economic problem? Is it a hoax? Let us first define what is climate. By definition, climate is the prevailing weather conditions over a long period of time. Scientists monitor weather patterns over 30 years to determine climate for any given area. Historical records show global average temperatures have risen by 3.06 degrees Fahrenheit since 1880. The majority of that increase has occurred in the last few decades. Since 1980, NASA has observed a 45% decrease of ice pack around the North Pole. According to records of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, the average ocean temperature has increased by 0.3 degrees Fahrenheit since 1969. Scientists around the world believe these changes are correlated to the high-level emissions of greenhouse gases. Although greenhouse gases occur naturally, it is due to human activity that accounts for the dramatic increase of CO2 levels. These records indicate that the global concentration of CO2 has never exceeded 300 parts per million, yet our current CO2 levels are almost 400 parts per million today. Greenhouse gases have already begun to thicken our atmosphere, increasing temperatures by trapping warm rays of radiation coming from the sun. This is referred to as the greenhouse effect. On a unilateral scale, this will change all climates. Warmer areas will see cooler temperatures, while cooler locations will see an increase in warmer temperatures. Some arid climates will see an increase in rainfall, while other parts of the world will experience severe drought. Granted, these are processes that are naturally occurring, but normally take several centuries, if not millennia, to bring about change. Unfortunately, we have sped up the clock of change so fast that the rest of nature is having a hard time keeping up. On a small-scale perspective, these changes could be viewed as a good thing, bringing water to places that once had none, and cooling off regions that were previously too hot for cultivation. On the other hand, from a big picture point of view, these changes have a disastrous potential. Many coastal cities lie in wait to be submerged by rising sea levels, displacing millions of people across the globe. CO2 will continue to dissolve in the Earth's oceans, increasing acidification, which has a devastating effect on thousands of marine life forms, putting the entire oceanic food chain at risk. Over 1 billion people rely on the ocean as their source of protein. Disrupting the Earth's food chain has a potential to collapse unwary governments, throwing millions more into chaos. Warmer water temperatures will increase the intensity and frequency of large storms. Those news-breaking Category 5 hurricanes will become commonplace events. So many natural disasters stacked on top of each other will inevitably increase the price of water and food and other expenses all over the world. So what is climate change? Climate change is an anthropological problem. Although we are part of the problem, we can also be part of the solution. By changing some of our habits and investing in technological breakthroughs, we can slow down the clock of change. By implementing the famous 3 R's, reduce, reuse, and recycle, you can make a difference. By not buying products from corporations that lack ecological ethics, we can minimize the drain on our natural resources. Turning out lights and turning off electronics when not in use can also reduce your electric bill. Walking, riding a bike, and taking public transportation will also reduce your carbon footprint. Eating less red meat is not only good for you, it's good for the environment. Each cow produces 120 kilograms, that's 264.5 pounds of methane per year. Reuse. Reuse containers, bags, and repairing broken items instead of buying new ones. Recycle. Buy recyclable products such as glass, plastic, and aluminum, and don't forget to participate in recycling service programs. Eat local foods and support local businesses. By supporting your local economy, you're eliminating CO2 emissions on both your end and your local business. Investing in renewable energy resources such as solar and wind power You can change the future availability of these commodities. By voting with your dollar, you're telling the economic markets what it is that people truly want, and businesses will respond by offering those products or discontinuing products that are no longer selling. Becoming an informed and responsible consumer, you can initiate your own change, one that matters. Only you can make a difference.